There was a shakeup in the AFC East after Week 6. Drake May and the New England Patriots continued their hot streak, taking down the Saints for their third straight win. Meanwhile, Josh Allen and the Bills struggled on Monday night in their loss to the Falcons. The results allowed the Patriots to move to the top of the standings in the AFC East, but ESPN Bet Sportsbook still has the Bills as the favorites to win the division. Let's get right to it. Mina, we'll start with you. Are you more confident in the Bills or the Patriots winning the AFC East?
It's really close. I want to start by saying that. I still lean Buffalo as much as I am deeply worried about that Bills defense, and they have some serious problems. They are very injured on that side of the ball. And offensively, I think they'll figure it out. This is a dominant rushing attack. Everything is based around that with, of course, one of the best quarterbacks in football. New England, I love what they're building. I think they're an ascendant team. The quarterback is playing fantastic. But there are still some issues with that roster, not in love with the skill players. I think defensively you can get them in the passing game. So I'm going to stick with Josh Allen here, mostly because of my confidence in him and this offense bouncing back. I do, however, think this defense has some serious issues.
Dan?
Yeah, I'm just going with Buffalo. Number one, Buffalo has 30 penalties in their last 3 games. Very uncharacteristic about themselves as a Sean McDermott football team. Got to get it cleaned up. There's no question about it, but that's uncharacteristic. I'm banking on that getting done. 7 giveaways. This is a team who was the best team in the NFL when it came to giving the ball away last year. That's been uncharacteristic. I think they've gotten cute at times as well. I agree with Mina. I was there calling that game Monday night. 8 starters were out in that game. So, yes, they have to play better, but 2 defensive tackles, 2 linebackers. They haven't gotten a single snap from their first-round pick. They've gotten a handful of snaps from their second-round pick. Both those players should get healthy and help this defense. They're also the team in Buffalo that I think should be somewhat active at the trade window in the next 2 weeks, and specifically at safety. I think they got to get better at safety. So I agree their defense has to play better. I think they will. New England feels like a team that's trending towards the playoffs. Buffalo still feels like, when it's healthy, one of the best teams in the conference.
Yeah, but do you think they're going to get healthy?
Oh, yeah, I think they'll get healthy. I just said their first and second round pick have barely played. Those guys should be coming, and it's a bye week. They should be coming after the bye week.
RC?
Yeah, you know what? This one was difficult for me because I believe so much in Josh Allen and in Sean McDermott. And in watching the New England Patriots, I'm going with them. I think Drake May is a star. I think Drake May has made the biggest jump of any first year or any second year quarterback. I believe that this offense, when you look at Douglas and Booty and also the way Stephon Diggs has come along, this offense has found ways to create explosive plays, and a lot of that lies in the arm of their quarterback. When we came into this season, it was about what Ramondre Stevenson and this run game could be. And now it's all about what Drake May can do, what he can create. And let's not forget, as we talk about the Buffalo Bills and their turnover problems, this team is turnovers away against the Pittsburgh Steelers from being 5-1. And also going into Buffalo and winning that game, whether we talk about their 3 turnovers or not. I love what they've done defensively. They're also missing some pieces, especially on the back end right now. But I think down the stretch, when you look at the schedule, still 2 games against the Jets. They get the Giants. They get the Bengals. I believe they are the team that has the better route to winning the AFC East.
RC finished right on time for us to go to break so we could pay some bills.
A little too late in Miami. Dolphins QB Tua Tagovailoa raised some eyebrows following Sunday's loss to the Chargers, openly criticizing teammates for being late to players-only meetings, which apparently did not go over well in the Dolphins locker room. Surprise, surprise. On Wednesday, Tua admitted that airing the team's dirty laundry was a mistake.
As a leader of this team, of the Miami Dolphins, the comments that had been said, I would say I've made a mistake, and I'm owning up to that right now. Being 1-5, we talk a lot about, all right, we got to get this going. We got to get this going. Come in excited to go to work. Forget about the noise, and I feel like I just added onto that for our guys. I let the emotions of the game get to me after the game, and that's something that I can learn from as a leader on this team. And what happens in-house should be protected, and none of that should have gotten out. And so want to publicly apologize about that, want to move forward, and now want to focus on Cleveland Browns.
All right, Tua taking accountability, but we'll see if the Dolphins have the ability to bounce back from their 1-5 start. Miami favored in just one of their next 5 games before the Week 12 bye, according to ESPN Analytics. Miami currently has a 2% chance to make the playoffs. Yikes.
Thursday Night Football between the Steelers and Bengals has been affectionately dubbed the Icy Hot Bowl. Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco will become just the second pair of opposing quarterbacks 40 or older in NFL history to start a regular or postseason game against each other. But all that matters to Rodgers is a 5-1 start, while the Bengals are trying to keep things afloat with Flacco, who was just traded to Cincinnati last week. A man who probably needs no icy hot at all. Andrew Hawk is joining us now live on Sportscenter. Hawk, how can the Steelers avoid an upset against this Bengals team?
It comes down to the pass rush. They have to make Joe Flacco uncomfortable. Listen, he could be really, really good and dynamic with his arm, but the reason why the Cleveland Browns felt good trading him is because they understood without a proper pass protection, he's still 40-plus years old, does not move and maneuver as well as he used to. So if the Pittsburgh Steelers can come into this game and make him uncomfortable, very much like they did Dylan Gabriel a week ago, they can end up with the success that they need to be victorious.
Yeah, and Joe Flacco is still learning that playbook out there in Cincinnati as well. Elsewhere in Pennsylvania, the Eagles are looking to avoid a 3rd straight loss. Hawk, how can they get their offense back on track?
They got to trust. They got to trust each other to take advantage of missed opportunities, because so far this season, the Eagles have not done so. You're going to see here, this is versus Denver. You're going to have A.J. Green with a deep route out of the slot. Once he clears coverage past this safety, he kind of throttles down and stops running as hard, where Jalen is looking to hit this pass. That should be a big-time touchdown for this Eagles offense. Next, you're going to see a week ago versus the New York Giants. Again, when you have 2 slot seams, you're going to key this middle safety who runs to the right, which leaves Smith wide open down the seam. Jalen has to trust his preparation, trust his knowledge of single high safety, and deliver a pass there that ends up for a touchdown for the Philadelphia Eagles. We know they have the talent. The issue has been their execution and then trusting throughout the entirety of the play that they can get it done.
Yeah, the Eagles also just still trying to figure out the identity of their offense as well. As for the team that the Eagles beat in the Super Bowl, Rashee Rice will make his season debut on Sunday when the Chiefs host the Raiders. Hawk, what will his return mean for Patrick Mahomes and his Kansas City offense?
I think you're going to see the Kansas City Chiefs offense of old. I think this makes their receiving core the most dynamic in the National Football League because of what Rashee Rice brings to the table. Early on in the season, when they had Xavier Worthy hurt, and obviously Rashee Rice was serving a suspension, there were a lot of questions. So what happened? Other players had to step up and take on bigger roles. Thornton became a legitimate deep threat. Now you get Xavier Worthy back, who was also a deep threat. Hollywood Brown, Juju get to work it in the slot. Now with Rashee Rice back, this will be the #1 receiver for this offense. He is going to be the focal point. He is going to be the #1 target for Patrick Mahomes. And there are just way too many weapons for typical defenses to take away.
Yeah, that Kansas City offense looking whole could be a little spooky for the rest of the league. Andrew Hawkins with the latest. Thanks.